Hey everyone, welcome back to the main mic. My name's Harper, and I'm joined with
Mckenzie, and today we have a guest.
Ephraim.
Today, Ephraim is going to be talking about his little table that the little table in
A
the
debate table about
Change my mind table,
yeah.
So Ephraim Taylor is a student at Johnson County Community College. He's rented out the table and is in the courtyard pretty much a couple times a week. I see you.
Yeah. Originally it was Wednesday, Thursday, but I'm switching to Tuesday, Wednesday now.
Right. And the table that you have now is I'm okay with
There's nothing wrong with animal cruelty.
nothing wrong with animal cruelty. All right.
Yeah.
That's a heated topic.
It is a very, very heated topic. It's been very fun to discuss this with people, yeah.
Very fun. Yeah. Were you a debate student previously?
No, I wish I would have taken it because I think I would have been pretty good at it, but no. Mainly I used to do a lot of TikTok debates, and that's prepared me well, honestly. Real world debates are actually a lot easier than online, yeah.
All right. Well, Kenzie, I know you kind of found him. That's such a weird way.
They pulled me off the street now.
We fed him, gave him some clothes and a roof over his head. I'm kidding. But she is kind of in charge of this leading of questions interview. I was going to say debate, but we're not going to debate.
We can debate if
we'll
we
probably
want. But, I saw the table, like, the beginning of the semester, and I was like, is he rage baiting? Are you rage baiting?
No. What do you mean by rage baiting?
Like, people will say things and they'll be like, change my mind, and they don't actually believe in what they're. They just want to make people angry.
Well, in that case, yeah, I guess you could call it rage baiting. It's not just to make people angry though. So the gist of it is, I have to sign up because it gets people's attention, and most people say that they are vehemently against animal cruelty. And I'll have people, they'll sit down there and like, I can't believe you would say something like that. Like, we love animals. Why would you ever want to harm an animal? And then I'm like, do you cause any harm to animals? And the answer is always yes, but that's different. And people will immediately switch up on you. So to make it clear, I'm vegan, and I've been vegan for several years now. And I just want people to apply their ethical principles against animal cruelty consistently. And that's pretty much the point of the table. It's animal rights outreach.
Nice. Okay. So what are some of the, I guess, get-going questions that you get? The debate starters.
Yeah, like, so some people I feel like they're almost self-aware of what it's going to be, because they'll say, like, what do you mean by cruelty? Because, like, they're already preempting trying to separate the cruelty that we do to animals, like, for food.
Or, like, abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone, say, like, beating a dog. I'm like, I don't think the animal perceives them any differently. They don't really... I don't think that if you told a cow that, oh, they're doing it for food and not because of, like, some weird pleasure thing, that they would, like, care about that. They care about the pain that they're feeling right now.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's like a question that people will ask me, like, how do you define cruelty? And I usually tell them cruelty is going to be like you're causing kind of an unnecessary harm to an animal just, like, out of pleasure or convenience.
Right. So, like, hunting.
Hunting could be one of them, yeah. I also think that just our everyday purchases, like, if you go into the supermarket or McDonald's and you buy, like, a burger, like, there was cruelty involved in the way that they obtained the burger. Like, a cow had to die for that.
Right. Yeah. And then I guess a lot of what my mind goes to is, do people ever bring up the whole we're their predators?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how do you handle that?
When people bring that up, I'm just like, what actually are they even saying? That because we're naturally meant to eat meat or something like that, that it's okay to then be cruel to animals? Like, some hypotheticals that I give people once it's, like, already revealed that I'm vegan is, I'm like, okay, like, say that you have zombies or vampires or xenomorphs or any of these other characters where humans are not at the top of the food chain. Clearly, the bad guys there are the people that are still choosing to eat humans, even though they could eat something else.
Right.
And so I just say, like, if you're gonna call that situation wrong, then you also have to call this situation wrong. Or eating the animals.
Right. So your stand says that you're okay with some animal cruelty or none?
Oh no, I'm not okay with animal cruelty in any way. I just want people to acknowledge that they are against animal cruelty, but then actually act upon that with their choices regarding animal products and try to not buy them.
Right. Okay. So
So we shouldn't eat
Yeah.
animals.
Eat animals and cause harm to animals, pretty much. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying with the table.
do you get the debates of like, oh, but what about Venus flytraps? They're alive.
Venus flytraps.
Like,
Yes. Oh my
Aren't
gosh.
other animals like trees speak to each other?
Mhm.
Like, how do you feel about eating a salad now?
Yeah. That is very common, and that's part of the reason why I did the that there's nothing wrong with animal cruelty, because what I can do is I can pretend like I'm actually okay with cruelty, and then I'll give all of the common arguments people will give against veganism, and they'll reject them. Like, I'll say, like, what about the plants? And they'll immediately reject it because that's ridiculous. Plants don't feel pain. They don't have a
Right.
central nervous system. They don't have pain receptors. And so when I reveal that I'm vegan, they can't now go back to that as a defense because they already rejected it.
So it is kind of like a rage bait. Like, you want to catch them in that act. You want to be like, oh, like, you're actually for veganism. You don't know it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's pretty simplistic-ish.
Yeah.
I think I'm using that word correctly. Correctly isn't a word,
Yeah.
but I use that so often.
Correctly?
Isn't that?
That's a word.
Oh, it just sounds so wrong. It just doesn't sound like a word. And I'm just, yeah, correctly, corrected, correct. I don't know.
Yep.
I haven't used proper grammar in such a long time.
Okay. But I mean, so what do people say when they agree with you though?
Like they're already vegan, or they
Yeah,
that
like
they
they're
agree that
already-
animal cruelty is like good. They start saying
Or
animal
that.
cruelty is good. So, ugh. So when people just say that, oh, I actually agree, like animal cruelty is like totally fine, then I just reveal that I'm vegan, and then I give them the arguments from that side, because like they're already at the point where they're like kind of very bad. Like there's no like animal cruelty is already wrong that I can work from. So I have to start giving like a consistency test between like humans and animals. I usually do this dialogue tree called Name the Trait, which is getting people to like, what's the morally relevant distinction that allows us to say that it's okay to kill a cow for a hamburger, but it's not okay to kill like a random person on the street for a hamburger.
Right.
And typically when people try to name those differences, they fall apart very quickly upon a little bit of introspection. So I'll get people say stuff like, oh, well, the reason why it's wrong to kill humans is because humans are intelligent. I'm like, well, there are some people that have a severe mental disability, and to where they do fall below the intelligence of some non-human animals.
Yeah, killed them.
So is it some people will say that, and then there's actually like I've just won the debate at that point. I just end the conversation because
Right.
I've just shown their view to be ridiculous. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people at heart, once they reflect on those reasons, they eventually will like make that decision to go vegan.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Are there like some specific people who are okay with some animal cruelty and then some they're like, that one is not okay, this one's fine? Like me personally, not vegan, but I have a huge problem with chicken wings because you can eat so many of them and a lot of people don't realize or like don't remember in the moment. Chicken wings, there's only 2 per chicken.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
So like you're basically killing so many chickens just for those 2 wings.
Yeah.
And you can get a 12 chicken wing and you're just killed 6 chickens. So I'm not necessarily against all, but I have a huge issue with chicken wings for that specific problem. That's why I like doing eating chicken tenders compared to chicken wings, or I think boneless is also the relevance of a chicken tender because I'm like it's not a wing, so you're
Yeah.
using the other parts of the chicken.
Hmm.
But I really hate chicken wings for that one reason. That's just random, but I feel like it's on topic.
Is it because you're like against killing chickens or something?
I just think that's
Like
so
chicken
wrong.
specifically.
Like you're not specific to chickens, but that you can eat what there's a isn't at Buffalo Wild Wings specifically, there's like a 50-piece chicken
Mhm.
wings that you can get, and that's 25 chickens that you've killed just for that one meal. And imagine like a party of 5 getting that, and that's so many.
Yeah, and then like they don't finish all the wings, so then you just wasted
Like 15 chickens.
right.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna say that like you can always kill 0 chickens.
Yeah.
But the amount of animals that die in animal agriculture is like unfathomable. I want you guys to like
Yeah.
take a guess to what you think it is.
I was gonna the amount of animals, I do want to say it's like millions to maybe billion.
It's billions, hundreds of billions of animals every single year.
Damn.
And that's not including, if you include sea creatures, it's trillions. Like,
Yeah.
it's absolutely unfathomable, like, the amount of suffering that gets caused by
Are you
animal ag.
a part of like the whole pescatarian side where like you can eat fish, or what's the one? Oh, clams. Clams is like a on and off vegan
Oh.
like debate of if it's vegan or not, because clams aren't as sentient as other fish or mussels, I think it is.
Mussels. So fish, definitely not vegan. But like things like mussels, things that don't have a central nervous system but still are part of the kingdom of animalia, so animals. Those, in my moral view, are all vegan. Like wouldn't consider a problem with that. It's pretty much, I grant rights based on if something is sentient enough for me to care about, and so I just like
honey.
yeah. Well, that's a more bigger that's a larger
That's a
debate in the
bigger
vegan
one?
community. I personally don't find anything wrong with honey because a lot of the very harmful practices that they did, I'm not convinced that those are industry standard, and I'm also not convinced that bees are sentient to a degree in which we would care much about.
That is true. I mean, aren't bees the ones that like they did the scientific experiment? You turn off the light and they just stop flying.
I'm not
Really?
sure about that. I don't know about that, but
That's what I remember. And then you can like freeze a wasp or a bee, and they'll just like go to sleep, and then you'll have a pet bee on a string is what I remember in middle school.
Oh, I've seen that.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend that. They do remember faces.
Yeah. No, I do know that. But if that's not sentient enough for you for them to remember faces, I mean, so do crows.
True.
Yeah. I don't know if we will have time enough to get into the neuroscience, but there are strong reasons to believe that a crow is more sentient than a bee.
Oh, 100%.
So where people are going to draw the line is going to be different, but at the very least, we know that dogs are like sentient enough to care about. So certainly the cows, the animals that we eat on a daily basis are going to be sentient enough to care about, like chickens and cows, pigs. Yeah, I'm with a group now. I'm trying to get a club started called Allied Scholars for Animal Protection. That's like the head thing, but they do lots of vegan outreach. There's one table that they have. It's like a dog farm. So like
Okay.
you have a table and it's like free dog meat, and you can engage people in that way. If people are against dog meat, it's very very easy to just like make the contradiction. Like, why are you drawing the line between dogs and cows?
Right. So it's more of like a what animals are more obedient to you kind of deal. Like, what do they call it when a like animal has succumbed to the human nation or whatever? It's like
Companion animal or
Domestic?
domesticated is what the word that I was looking for.
Mhm.
It wasn't popping into my head at the moment. So like people at the time, they're like thinking about foxes and raccoons. Now they're becoming more like friendly towards humans. Same with squirrels. And I know a lot of people. Oh, I used to have like a neighbor who had that little like steamer or like a smoker in the back, and he would like catch squirrels and grill them there. It's disgusting.
That's
No,
wild.
I always thought that was wrong because I was like, what the are they?
Don't bleep it.
What, I mean, what the heck are they doing to you? Like, duh.
Well, there you go.
Like squirrels aren't that bad.
They're not that bad. So all I would ask is to just think, what did the cow do? What did the pig do? What did the chicken do?
I also, another personal preference, I'm kind of against pig meat. I hate that they don't have sweat glands. They're so gross. They're disgusting.
Pig,
They're cute animals, but
the pig industry is like the worst. I used to have a pet pig when I was younger. We couldn't keep them because there's actually laws on the books that prevent you from keeping quote unquote farm animals
on land.
unless you have a certain amount of land. Like you just can't keep them
Mhm.
as pet, which I think is ridiculous. But yeah, so pigs, what they do in the pig industry is the way that they kill them is they will put them into a CO2 gas chamber with high amounts of concentrations of CO2, which will like burn their lungs and like their eyes, and they'll suffocate. And then after that, they'll like do pretty other violent things that I don't know if I can say on here, but you can go look into it for yourself. It is a lot of people don't know the things that they do to animals.
Yeah, no, I'm just like against all that. I mean, I feel like I'd be more okay with it, like the animals that grow old, live a
Mhm.
nice, happy life, and then either die naturally or have to be like shot to put down, or like so you can preserve the meats. I
Yeah.
feel like that's way more on my like okay morals, and I also think that to an extent some like you know, I have specific opinions about chicken wings. I hate only eating chicken wings. Love them. Hate them though.
Yeah. I would hope that I personally wouldn't have a problem if that was what the industry was like, where it's like putting down a dog to where like you let them live out their life. Um,
If they
I
like,
wouldn't find anything wrong with that. Unfortunately, though, that a lot of people have told me that, and that type of meat does not exist. It's like not on the market because it takes thousands of dollars to
really,
raise a cow
yeah,
or a chicken. You would not be able to profit off of that, and so that meat doesn't exist. And I think the solution to people's cognitive dissonance on this issue is to just abstain from animal products. It's possible. Um, there are lots of vegans. We're around.
yeah. And then I know you had some questions to like.
Oh no, you got all of them.
Really?
Yes.
Oh well, I apologize.
No, you're good. I'm just listening. I mean, only other thing would be like, how long have you been vegan?
I want to say for at least 3 years, but I kind of lost count at this point. I went vegetarian in like middle school, but I didn't like. But that was like more for I thought it would be like healthier. Um, but vegan, I was probably hit with that ethical argument and probably like right before college, and I think that's when I went like hardcore vegan, like no animal products.
Right. And then for like the students of Johnson County, you said that you may be starting a club. Do you
Mhm.
want to speak more about getting that started and
Yeah.
how other people can be drawn to that club?
So once we get the club called Allied Scholars for Animal Protection, we'll have posters up where you can scan a QR code and you can put in like your information if you want to do outreach with us or if you feel like you need help. A lot of people, like this is a real thing, they don't know there's this mental block because they think it'll be really, really difficult to be vegan. It's not, but they just don't know what to do or where to go to get information. And so the idea of the club is going to provide information like that. If you want to go vegan, I will personally handhold you through that entire process. It's not as difficult as people think. Just take a multivitamin and then get your basic nutrients in.
Yeah,
But,
and then what are some like meat alternatives that you because
Mm.
I know people know the basics like tofu.
Yeah.
And then there's what Beyond Burger
Mhm.
or that's it, Beyond Burger.
Yeah. For meat substitutes specifically, you want to make it super cheap. There's this. Hold up. There's this. It's called seitan.
Satan.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a whole joke
Right.
called like Hail Satan. It's called Hail Satan, but like it's seitan. SEITAN. And it's a meat substitute. You make it out of like vital wheat gluten, and it has so much protein in it. It's like for very, very cheap. And you can make it at home, and that's the cheapest way to do it. There's also tofu, um, Beyond Meat if you are into that sort of thing. I personally don't do Beyond Meat because it's a little bit expensive for me, and I like to live cheaply. But yeah, there's tons of vegan options, especially in today's day and age. Like I know some older vegans who were vegan before like Beyond Meat even existed, and I'm like, they see that we have it easy with how many options we have. You can go out to lots of restaurants now, and they just will have like a Beyond Burger.
Yeah, like a vegan option or a
Mm.
substitute of some sort.
Yeah, that's not salad or a bean burger. They'll have more than that. I'm like,
Yeah, I forgot about
yeah.
black bean burgers.
Yeah.
We had one at in high school,
Mm.
and that's like the only one I've ever
Like,
remembered.
they served it to you, like, in the cafeteria?
Yeah, we had a pretty good cafeteria at Blue Valley North.
Right, you were in Blue Valley.
Yeah, we were. Sorry, guys.
Privileged.
No, we had a really good. I miss our cafeteria. There's like two lines that you can walk across. There's this one side that had, hot dogs, hamburger, cheeseburger, black bean burger, and then a chicken sandwich, and then a spicy chicken sandwich.
Mm.
And they would like have those wrapped up and everything. And then next to it, there was pizzas. So in the middle, we had a Pizza Hut sponsorship. So we would have Pizza Hut pizza, just like Johnson County has down there. But we'd get a new shipment like every day of Pizza Hut pizzas. And I'm pretty sure they might have been frozen and we just throw them in the oven. But we had those. And then there was like a whole other section on this side, and I'm pretty sure it was just like the breakfast of like cereals and granolas, yogurts, etc. And in the middle we had a salad bar. And then on the right side there was like this milk section, milk and juice. On the other side there was desserts.
Desserts?
We had like cookies and muffins, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And then I think
Everything. We had
yeah.
everything.
And then
Sounds
we
like
had like
it.
apples, bananas, oranges,
Mm-hmm.
and then chips whenever we would walk. And then Rice Krispie treats were also one. Like they handmade Rice Krispie treats or something because they were in bags. Like, and then there was also like the Rice Krispie treats from Rice Krispie.
Right.
The company.
They just had
Yeah.
we just had the Rice Krispie ones. I never got them because I don't like Rice Krispies. But we had those. You had the side with your juice and your milk, and it was just orange juice, apple juice, and chocolate milk and regular milk. And
Yeah.
strawberry milk probably. But that, and then you had the other section where all like the main food is. So they had like the mandarin oranges there and like the salad and whatever else they're serving for the day. And they had like the spicy chicken sandwiches wrapped up before, but yeah, that's it. We had muffins.
Oh, yeah. Like right next to it too, there was like choice of sides, like the burgers. There was like a French fry or like
Mhm.
something else.
Yeah.
What was it like? Sometimes we'd have like Bosco sticks and stuff like that.
Bosco stick? Is that like a cheese stick or something?
Yeah, you don't remember those? And then we had like shrimp
Oh
poppers.
yeah, I remember what those.
Like
Yeah,
The
I
shrimp
ones
never
that
got
poppers.
people
those.
always.
And then
I've
there
never
was,
been a big cheese fan personally.
and then there was like the ones that I really like crave every now and then are the they're like chicken tender kind of things. I don't know. But we had a lot. I'm due to a Blue Valley North visit, and if you want to come by, you're more than welcome to. I still remember my old lunch code. I'll just use my brother's, but
I don't remember mine.
no, I'm just gonna go in and be like, hey, I'm gonna take this, this, and this. Thank you. My brother's name is this, or I'll just have the SROs, or I'll just pay with cash
You know,
because they allow cash payments. But
I do kind of miss Bosco sticks.
dude, I'm
I love those
craving a
things.
high school lunch right now.
Like, that sounds so good.
Dude.
We had like two different kinds of Bosco sticks. So there was like the regular ones that look like breadsticks, and then there's ones that are like, they look
they're, like,
like
fried or
cheesy
something.
bread. Yeah.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
And they were just like, they're flat, and you just kind of pull them apart. And they're so good and so cheesy. I like cheese. a lot, even though I'm lactose intolerant. But
That literally. You're not a baby cow. It's okay. Yeah. It'd be the most lactose intolerant people that be eating the most amount of cheese.
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
But yeah, no, I mean, besides that, we have what, lactose intolerant people and gluten-free people that also just eat a bunch of gluten whenever they get home. Just like, yeah, I'm home. I don't have to deal with people. I'll just hurt my stomach.
Yeah, yeah. I can deal with the consequences later. I'm already home.
For vegan options of candy, I know it's pretty limited because there's what is it, gelatin that has
Oh.
bone in
Yeah.
it.
So, there are a lot of candies that use gelatin, but a lot of the candies that you'll see, they use gelatin, but they use a plant alternative, which is called gelatin pectin. And a lot of candies use that. So you can just, there's just a lot of vegan alternatives.
So
and it's
they
like
don't
exactly
have-
the same.
Really?
Mhm.
So it's called gelatin pectin?
Yeah.
And is there ever like a plant on the thing or anything to
I mean, typically you just have to look at the back. It depends on the company. Like some companies will advertise that it's a vegan product. Some companies will not state it. Something that a lot of people don't know is vegan is like Oreos. Like Oreos are just
Yeah.
vegan. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I have a Jolly Rancher in my pocket. I want to see if it's
Jolly
like-
Ranchers are probably vegan.
I mean, it's just sugar.
It's just sugar. Yeah. There's like a vegan alternative for everything now. Like in stores, like there's oat milk ice cream, there's almond milk ice cream. Anything you can imagine is probably there.
All
I
right.
drink oat milk.
I
It's
do-
really good.
I do like oat milk. It's creamier in my opinion.
Yeah.
But have you listened to our past podcast episodes?
I have not yet. No.
No. So, do you want to ask the question?
That's the question.
I don't wait.
You don't remember it, or do you need me to?
If you were shrunk to the size of a pencil, right,
Mhm.
and put
Okay.
into a blender, how would how would you get out?
How would I get out? Okay. I'm struck to the size, you said, of a pencil?
Yes.
So you're just like you're
How would I-
shrunk maybe like 5 inches tall, and you're put into a blender. How do you get out of the blender?
How big is the blender?
Normal blender size. It's not like anything fancy like a Ninja. Just
Okay.
like your average blender.
I mean, if you're strong enough, you could like go back and forth, try to knock the blender over. If
You have
you
those
can, if you
blades
can like,
though in the middle.
is it on?
No, but
Um,
gonna-
if the pencil is small enough,
you're not.
or me, if I'm small enough, you can like bend yourself up against the wall and then push up like with your legs,
Okay.
and then like inch up the way. That's probably the only way. I don't think
No,
you're
yeah.
not jumping out. That's probably not. I'd assume. I mean, in case that's one of the options, then that is a possibility. But I don't think that if I was that small, I'd be able to jump that high.
All right. So the past interviewee that we had, our guest per se, he said that he would use his clammy hands to stick on the side and jump out. And so you're saying that you'll run and try to knock the blender over to get out.
Yeah.
All
That is
I
right.
actually
Exactly.
kind of like that.
Top 2 answers because there are only 2 answers. But yeah, we wanted to thank you for being on the podcast.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure learning about veganism and sucks. Well, not veganism, but dying animals. Zach's looking at me like, wrap this up right now. Huh? Oh, I said a bad word. My bad,
Go bleep it out.
guys. Anyways, thank you for joining us, and thank you for finding him off the side of the road. It was
Yeah.
so kind of you to give him shelter and food
Mm.
in this tough economy.
Yeah, I took him from in front of the library.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, that's typically where you can find me, in front of the library. When we get our club, you may find me in the lunchroom. We'll do stuff there where people are eating their food. So
Right, and you just call him out as
Yep.
witch.
yes, exactly.
Just whenever they're walking. Yeah. Well, That's like what
won't
popped
do
in
that.
my head. Like
Why?
like murderer for like eating meat.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Yeah.
where my head went, but I don't know if we can say that. So witch. That's also something we do like frequently. I don't know why you're laughing at me and making me feel so embarrassed.
I'll do that, but like only on Halloween.
That
We
makes
should be
sense.
witches.
Oh, we totally could.
Yeah.
And then he's just gonna be Luffy from One Piece.
Yep.
I think I could pull that off, honestly.
He has the X tattoo.
You're right. You already got the tattoo.
You need a webcam. Hold on. I do want to get one more thing before we go. This is going to be for our media team. I'll do it this way for her. Would Flash be better? Who knows?
BTS
No.
moment.
I'm gonna do Flash and then I'm gonna. There we go. No, this looks awful with Flash. Let me do one without. Alrighty. It has like lines. Oops.
Your camera's
Alrighty.
broken?
Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us on this week's episode of Main Mic. If you haven't already checked out our video on our YouTube channel, please do, because we're working so hard to get this up every week just because it is quite irritating to try and set specific things up right now and figure out lighting. We didn't realize how difficult a video podcast would be until we actually did it. But we want to thank Zach. Israel worked on it a little bit, and we also had
Shayna.
Thank you for giving me her name because I just met her today. All three of them, including Mike, for buying us new equipment. I want to thank all you guys for allowing us to be on video. But that's all that we have for this week. Hopefully our past episodes have kept you up to date until November 4th, which is pretty much all of the fall activities. And next week we will be back to news, and we'll also have some short clips either with our school's SRO or our very own Jen talking the government shutdown. But other than that, thank you guys so much for joining us. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.